Hey guys, I'm here with Jerred and Jaime from Black Ice Audio, and being that I used to be a customer when they were Gelita, you know, they've agreed to do a quick little interview with me. And first thing I gotta say is we missed Mike Allen, you know, and he was telling me some great stories out here in the hallway, and of course I didn't have the camera on.
Oh, we had to put him to work, so you know.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess we'll start with Jamie's now the new face of the company, and Jerred is now officially the CEO, in charge of everything. And I guess Mike, you said, is retired now?
Mike has retired.
Okay, cool. And the inside, and I already took a picture from yesterday.
Okay, cool.
They've got the surround set up. Then it's the original Jim Fosgate, you know.
Yeah, the 360 Space Matrix circuit, yeah.
So I guess we can talk about Jamie's now new role, and this is his first show.
Yeah, we're partners. Yeah, so
partners,
That's awesome. And everything is still, boards are done overseas, but everything, final assembly, inspections done over here in Maryland.
Basically,
everything hands-on here.
Cool.
So and burned in here. So
Yeah.
the QC you're getting is not the price you're paying.
Yeah, so if you place an order on the website, because we now sell direct, you get a 45-day risk-free trial. I mean, you should do it. It's easy. I mean, if you go through all the literature that's on the website, it says, you know, it'll be 5 days before we ship. Because when I get an order, then we build, we test, we go through everything, and then it ships. So we know it's going to be, you know.
And we should add the risk-free. What that means too is for most stuff, some of the less expensive stuff, the margin is so thin that we can't do shipping both ways. But most of that means if you 45 days, we pay return shipping too. So it's really no risk. We just want you to try it in your system in your house. We think you're going to like it. We hope you're going to like it, and we're willing to stand behind that.
And the one thing I said to both Mike and Jerred earlier was, as a quote-unquote audio fool, I have made many mistakes already, and one of them was selling the Gelita, which I've told the story before on the channel, where when I talked to Mike about biasing the KT, first could I put the KT 150s in there? And he said no problem, and he said 650 millivolts. And I called a week later, and I get Jerred on the phone, and he's like, 650? Turn that bitch up to 800. Like, okay. And yeah, it's like you said, it just opened things up a little more. And it was the same thing. Remember
the KT 150s have a higher threshold to them, so you can run some higher voltages through it. So it opens that tube up. Yep.
And you've got the new DAC that just came out.
Yeah, so the new Aries headphone amp, hoping to hit the market in about a month and a half, 2 at the latest. We do have it here at the show, and I mean, I don't know. I think it's going to be.
Well, we're hearing it right now.
Yeah, it's killer.
Yeah.
You know,
so the DAC that you guys put together, is it obviously it's chip based on the input side, but the output is all tube?
Correct. Well, it's a hybrid circuit. A little bit different than the Glass FX.
Okay.
Basically, we are using the ESS Sabre 9038 Pro DAC chip, which is the greatest, right? Yeah. But the output stage, you know, I'm not going to let the secrets out, but Fosgate did figure out how to remove the digital artifacts. This does sound like analog. It really does. I mean, you've heard it. But it's a Casco circuit, just like in our F360 preamp, our phono stages. It's a 6S7 feeding into a MOSFET with 0 negative feedback. So it's magical.
That's an understatement.
It is an understatement, but I have to kind of explain it.
No, the first time
You
I
tell
ever
it,
heard the
you tell it.
prototype after the Glass FX and some of my other nice DACs,
And then I took it away.
He took it away.
And
So he brought it to my house. We put it in our test system. He goes, I want you to hear this. I heard it for 6 hours. He took it away, put the Glass FX back on, because I actually have it. I love the Glass FX.
Oh,
it might not be
it's
perfect,
an
but
awesome
it's perfect
DAC.
for me.
Well, put it this way, and again, these are the audiophile bullshit that we go through. I have the PS Audio Direct Stream Senior, and their DAC, and I wasn't at the event because I was at my son's Army graduation, which a lot of the viewers already heard this. And their little DAC won out over all the big boy DACs, and I think we had this shit Yggdrasil there, because shit sent us the big boy DAC as well.
I thought they had 2 DACs, or was it Core they had 2 DACs there? Maybe it was Cord. I don't
Maybe.
remember, but.
I wasn't at the event.
Yeah, I
Like,
remember.
you know.
Neither was I. So.
Well, this is before my time, so I read about it on the forums and all the anger about it. So that's all I know
So,
about the
yeah,
event. It's the infamous event.
See, and that's the problem is, I wasn't there, and technically I was still new at the club. Now that I've been in the club for 3 years, there's people that love me in it, and there's people that hate me in it. And I think now, if we ever do another DAC event, we're gonna control it more like we did the Speaker Fest last summer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Right? The Speaker Fest we had was a real success. And maybe, well, I know that Ron's got your amp in for review.
The F-35, correct.
And guess who texted me last week? Hey, Joe, didn't you have the... I said, yeah. And you had the Kate? Yeah. And remember, I bought the amp, and the 6550s, I never even plugged them in. I sold them to a guy up in Chicago because I wanted the KT 150s, you know? And first I asked the engineer if I could do it or not.
Right.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
And then when he said yeah, I'm like, yes. So, but obviously with these amplifiers, you could do the same. No?
Yep.
Oh, you can? Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's basically you can run the L34 family, 68.7s, KT77s, which sound amazing. 6550s, KT88s, KT90s, 100s, 120s, 150s, 170s.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So there's
But
a lot of things you can
the
do
other
with
thing
the
to
amp.
keep in mind, because I see a lot of this, because I'm trying to answer questions where I can, but not push stuff.
Yeah.
The Jolita that you had and the Black
Oh yeah,
Ice,
no, they're different.
Because a
They're
lot of people
different.
get
There's
confused.
no
The
argument.
circuitry is not the same. It's
Yeah.
completely different.
Yeah.
There's
He
a
told me
different
the same
sound.
thing,
Yeah,
too.
I could totally nerd out on it.
No,
Yeah,
that's
he'll
cool.
nerd out for 4 hours, and I'm to be Jerred. We have other stuff to do. No,
No,
but
but
I rebuilt the site like that
Yeah.
so that there was information on this
Yeah,
stuff.
the
and then
site definitely
I
tries
actually
to explain the
started
difference
reaching
between
out.
The thing is, when Jerred did the Zoom with us 2 years ago, we didn't want to. We respected. Let's not talk about it, guys. Let's talk about Black Ice.
Yeah.
Right. And when I bought the Jolita amp, I bought it from Music Direct.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And I talked to Jerred about it, and he said, "No, that's cool. That's still one of quote unquote our Jolita
Right,
stuff,
okay.
right?" I don't want to get into the history because I know there's a lot of crap that went down. It's none of my business, actually. Right.
No,
At the end of the day, if it sounds like shit, boys, it's shit.
Exactly.
Right? If it sounds fucking
Exactly.
awesome like this,
Hey, and
it's
if our
fucking
stuff
awesome.
sounds bad, tell us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
give us
We
a
want
call
to
because there's a
improve
problem.
it,
Yeah.
or there's usually something wrong. But if not, we want to make things better for customers. But that's the whole reason we're here to love
it goes
music.
back to the ground blood. When I had the hum,
Right.
I knew the problem wasn't the amp. It was just the way my electric, even though I've got dedicated lines in the
Yes,
house.
I know.
It
I've had-
doesn't
I've had
matter.
that happen in my
But
house,
You
too.
can't just start removing ground leads without talking to the manufacturer
Right,
first.
right.
And that's the cool thing with you guys.
Yeah.
Is you literally pick up the customer
Yeah.
service line and you get the guy that designed the damn thing.
This is the best part of the videos.
Right.
I
Yeah.
know,
right, yeah.
I know. And I haven't cut anybody's heads off.
Right?
Right. Yeah. But
Um,
that's what makes these fun when I watch show videos,
Yeah.
real show videos,
Yeah,
not
yeah,
the.
yeah.
Oh,
So
here's the.
I talked to Roy Hall about this. He hates when people start censoring his F-bombs because the problem is when he throws an F-bomb out there, there's information like
Yeah.
that you can learn from.
Right.
And I saw the video he did with Jay from Toronto,
Okay.
and I'm like, okay, all the information's there, but we're missing something. And you could tell that he edited out all the
Right.
And I'm like, okay, whatever. And
It's also the personality. You need
Yeah.
to get to know the people
Yeah,
who,
right.
you're buying from.
Yeah.
You know, we actually love
Yeah,
this.
come on in.
So the guy
You
that
guys signed the waiver form too that you're on video.
if you guys gotta go back in and out,
No,
we're
no,
okay.
no.
I think everybody's fine.
So getting back to my end of the Jolita now Black Ice thing, the guy that I sold the amp to, it went to a really good home because he had your DAC, he had your preamp, he had everything,
Okay.
but he was looking for either a Black Ice, but he didn't want the integrated. He wanted a, and when he saw my ad, KT1, I said, yeah, it's already biased, ready to go. And when the dude called me, he's like, fuck, this is amazing. Why are you selling this? He says, "Don't-"
Okay, so I have to interrupt on
yeah,
this.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
go ahead.
this is for anybody who buys a tube amplifier, new or used.
Yeah.
bias your tubes.
Uh-huh.
I don't
Yeah.
care
Oh
if
my
anyone
God,
says it's
yeah.
already biased. You get it, you put the tubes in,
Yeah.
re-bias, check
Yes.
your bias always, because it will prolong the life of the tube. It will prolong the product. You will be more satisfied if you bias the tubes.
Wait.
It's
Number
so
one,
important.
not to mention, you're paying for tube sound. If you're 5 or 10 off, you're not getting that. It's thin. You're missing the whole graphics. It's not very hard. On ours, it's super easy.
Yeah.
So that's the other thing I noticed, and you're right about the biasing. But I need to put more. I tried. I keep adding more directions on what to do, so that it's easy, but it's important to do, and it's not something you have to do every day.
No.
No, but at least check it. We try to.
Yeah, please.
We
look at
designed
it.
those
Yes.
amps
So-
to make it as easy as possible.
Yeah.
Click, click, click.
So,
you know where they're at. Always bias.
Another example, a gentleman in our club, our recording engineer, Ben, he's 80 years old, right? And he's a tube guy. He's done it all, Moscow amps, everything. Well, he's got a Gelita that he keeps in his bed. He's in his bedroom for the winter time, right? And it's Arizona. It does get cold in the winter.
Keep it
So,
warm.
and he's got the little amp from 20 years ago that Mike designed, right?
Okay.
And it's got the EL34s in it, right?
302, 202, probably
I think
202.
so. Yeah. It's
202.
that thing has been rock solid for him since the day he got it.
Yeah,
There's-
we actually consider that one of our bulletproof amps.
But the thing is with you guys, I fucking hate point-to-point wire stuff. I really do. I don't understand it, right? Because if something goes wrong,
To be honest, I hate working on those.
okay, a glass board, Rogers FR4, if I remember right, that was from the good old days, is perfect, right? And you're doing 2-layer boards anyways, right? Or multi-layer or more?
So just
Yeah,
front
brown-
back,
yeah.
two-layer.
And that's all you need. It's like, oh no, he's printed circuit, but it sounds different when you do point. Bullshit. And you guys prove it every time.
Well, I'll tell you a little story. Working with Fosgate.
Yeah.
When we build prototypes, every prototype that Fosgate, I mean, from the concept, which he works off a whiteboard, everything is hand drawn.
Perfect.
He doesn't use a computer. Everything's hand drawn on a whiteboard.
Yeah.
Then it's point-to-point wiring. And literally, when we go from his prototype to a production prototype, there is a 10 to 15% increase in performance. So,
Yeah.
I mean, all these guys are, about to, there's a thing.
I know.
I will say, if it's done right, it is a thing of beauty. If someone
Yeah,
has done
yeah,
it,
yeah.
has the workmanship,
Yeah.
it's beautiful. I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
But in terms of manufacturing, the consistency, it matters.
Yeah.
And that's,
No-
when you're selling product, you want to make sure that product is getting to a customer, and that customer is going to be satisfied. He knows he has a certified product that is going to be, it's going to consistently work every time he turns it on.
Yeah.
He or she.
He or she.
We have
Yes. You are right.
Yeah.
a lot of women clients.
Yeah,
In
right on,
fact,
right on.
I say close to 50%. So it's not just he
Yes.
anymore.
Yeah. True.
You know.
Anyway, guys,
Cool. Thanks.
No, I think we were rated G in this.
Yeah, and also
except for me. Oh, by
No,
the way,
but also-
the T-shirt is a joke T-shirt in the club because I just kind of got back into vinyl.
Okay.
Well, it's good and bad, right? Do you know trying to repurchase some of this stuff, man?
No, I know because I'm the guy that that's vinyl's to me part of it. But you should really.
Yeah.
That's the end game photo station. I've had lots,
Yeah.
and I will say this: not to props. I just came from Soda's room. Okay.
Yeah.
They have a $300 phono stage. They're about to drop in December.
Yeah.
I've heard tons of phono stages. For $300, you can't get to the $1,800 range for tubes.
good, huh?
Yeah.
It's good, man. I have to say I'm impressed. In fact, so impressed that I asked them we might want to sell it on our own site because I like it that much.
Sweet.
I really was. I'm impressed by it, and for someone starting, it's great. Now, at the end of the day, is it going to replace my?
Yeah.
No, absolutely not. But you could add our crosstalk circuit to it, and then that would be a heck of a little $600
Yeah.
phono stage for someone that's just getting back into it for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how the T-shirt came about with the whole fuck
It's
vinyl.
funny.
Because-
I saw
because
it downstairs,
when I go to buy some of my old stuff that I sold to Mike at the In-Groove
Right,
in
okay.
Phoenix.
Yeah, let me step out for a
Yeah,
second.
he laughed his ass off when he saw me walk into the store
Oh yeah.
because he's like, "You bought a turntable, didn't you?"
But the trick is,
Yeah.
you want the stuff you sold, not the repress stuff.
No,
That's
now there's some repressed stuff that's no better. Like Pink Floyd Pulse, for example, right? I bought it 27 years ago when it
Right.
came out on vinyl, right?
But it was originally supposed to be a CD, right?
Yeah, well, no, it was also vinyl.
No, I
back then.
remember
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
but
yeah,
it was.
yeah.
I want the reissue because I sold mine.
Yeah,
but I can't find
well,
it.
Well, the thing is, the secret there is the 95 Pulse
Yeah.
vinyl that I had.
Yeah.
I bought it on Amazon, the repress. Even Mike said there's no difference. It's the
Really?
same packaging. It's the same 150
Yeah, I figured.
gram pressing, right? And I've still got the PCM copy of the. I mean, it's a different setup
Right,
altogether,
yeah.
but at least. So some represses are good, and some are kind of.
No, I agree, and that's
Yeah.
kind of the trick, trying to find it. And as long as I know where my represses are coming from,
Yeah.
I'm happy about it.
Yeah.
You know.
Sure. Yeah, he makes life fun.
Yep, we're gonna sit down and do
So
a
you
Mike
viewers,
Allen.
we did switch.
Jared, that's true. Yeah. We're gonna sit down at some point when we wrangle Mike in. I'm gonna do a nice setup, and we're gonna do a Mike Allen story.
Oh,
2 to
please.
3 hours.
Oh,
Because
please.
we want to hear.
Yeah.
We love the stories, and we want to have them forever.
So
You know?
I've got the same problem in Phoenix, Arizona. Ben Taylor, I've got to get a. He's been in the recording business as long as I've been on this earth, and it's the same thing. I can pin it because he's like Mike. You listen to all these awesome stories, and you're like, I wish the fucking camera was rolling right now,
Yeah.
right? You know, exactly. So we got the same dilemma, but he's an actual videographer and photographer. So, all right, guys.
Hey,
I
it
think we
was
should cut it off
Great,
here.
thank you.
Thank you both for shooting the shit with me for over a half an hour. And I know you got to work the room, and it's Sunday, and you guys are tired. I think we've all, I just want to keep my ears out of certain rooms. I'm not going to mention which ones. And anyways, guys, thanks again for watching. Like and subscribe and all that stuff. And I'll put the links in the videos for Black Ice and anything else you guys want to
Thanks.
promote.
No, it's Black Ice. It's great.
Cool. All right, guys, thanks again.
Thank
Bye
you.
for now.
Thank you.